Hello friends and welcome into today's video. I got the idea for today's video when I was recording my most recent vlog. Be sure to check it out. I've linked it down below and up in the tags, the little cards. But recently when I was doing my bookish corporate week, I read some of the most popular books that all have performed so well, and yet I didn't like them. And I have a whole stack here of books that I feel like everybody but me loved. And I thought it'd be kind of fun and spicy to go through those today with you guys. So let's get into the list. Okay, first I have Blood Over Brighthaven. I couldn't even tell you what it was about this book that I didn't like. I just know I didn't like it. I don't know. I don't think I liked the overall plot. I just thought we were gonna lean a little heavier into the fantasy, and this was not like it was, but it wasn't. I don't know. I just didn't really like the writing style, and I didn't really care for the direction the plot went in. Once we discovered what the magic was, I was like, okay, that's kind of cool, but something about it just lost me. And I'm really disappointed because I feel like everyone and their mother has read and loved this book. And I just don't get it. Next, we have The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. My book club read this last summer, and everyone, even people that don't give 5 stars, rated this 5 stars. I'm pretty sure I gave this a 3. If I could go back though, I'd probably give it a 2. I just did not enjoy it at all. I thought our main character was insufferable. I didn't really care for the plot. The romance just wasn't doing it for me. They had no chemistry. And I just found it cringy. And then there were a couple spicy scenes that I also really didn't enjoy in this one. Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those that I disliked it so much I have kind of wiped it from my brain. I bought the paperback version just because I own literally the rest of their collection. But yeah, this one just really didn't do it for me. And that's really disappointing. Next, we have The Gray Seer. This is one of those that was featured in my most recent vlog I was talking about in the beginning of this video. This one, I've already talked quite a bit about why I didn't like it in that vlog, but just in case you haven't watched it, basically, I didn't like the messaging of this book, and I also didn't like the vehicle used to discuss that messaging. This was a very feminist agenda book, but I thought the way in which it approached it wasn't very well thought out. I didn't enjoy the way it delivered its message. It was a little too on the nose for me, and I don't really like that. This one's kind of an odd one to put on this list, but this is The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. I'm putting this here because all of my friends that have read this said this is one of the best thrillers ever. I agree to a degree. It kept me on my toes, but at the same time it was so silly. It got to a point where it's super unbelievable. And I've read a couple of other Frida McFaddens, and I understand how she works, but there was just something about this one that irked me so bad. I just don't. I think the movie will be good, okay? I'm really, really excited to watch the movie version, but the book itself, I think my major issue was the third act, third plot twist, if you want to even call it that. Just felt so out of nowhere. It didn't feel I guess in hindsight it made sense, but also it didn't. It just felt super out of left field. I'm happy I read it, but I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, next we have Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. This is one of those books that I think I still rated it 4 stars, but I feel like everyone else I know loves it more than I do. This is one of those weird books where it discusses alternate timelines and what your life would look like if you made different decisions. And I thought it was well done. I just fear it was slightly overhyped. Everyone said this is one of the best sci-fi thrillers of its generation. I don't know about that. I probably should have reread my review so I could remember exactly what it was about this that didn't click with me, but I just remember finishing it and thinking, Everyone else loves this book. For me, it was a little slow. Yeah. Like the story just didn't stick with me at all, I guess, is what it boils down to. Okay, next we have Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. Let me preface this by saying this book is by no means bad. I just personally don't think it was necessary. Like, we knew what happened. This book is about Mitch, and we know his whole story pretty much going into it. Like, I don't know. I just don't understand the people saying this is like a god tier book, because it wasn't. Like, to me, it felt like fan service. Like, the amount of cameos and other things we get in this book, I get it. But also, it just felt super unnecessary. Like, still loved it, still super hyped to see this movie. I just think some of y'all are overhyping it a lot. I said what I said. Okay, next we have The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig. Don't get me wrong, this book, like, is technically good. There were just so many scenes in here that I viscerally hated. Like, for example, this is kind of a spoiler, kind of not, so, like, skip ahead if you want to, but there is a spicy scene in here. If you don't know, this book is, like, religious in subtext, I guess you could say. Like, she literally works at a church, and he's a knight, and I feel like knights are also kind of a religious figure in some scenarios. But anyhow, it has religious undertones, right? There is a spicy scene where she compares the way he's making her feel to, like, the chimes of a church bell tower. And it gave me the ick so bad that I almost had to DNF. And that's like 3/4 of the way through this book. But also catch me reading the second one when it comes out. So, I don't know. This is just another one of those books that, like, I feel like I had no interest in reading it. And then I got convinced to read it. And then a part of me was like, I know why I didn't want to read it. Like, I didn't think it was gonna be good. And then I was kind of proven right. But also, like, I wasn't, because I still think about it. Like, I still kind of enjoyed it. But, like, the ick. And some of the plot was silly. And I also don't understand the romance. Yeah, I don't know. This is one of those books that I feel super, super 50-50 on. But I feel like everyone I know loves it. And I just don't. I feel the same way about her other books too, though. Like, everyone said One Dark Window was the book. I fear for me it was not. Like, it was good. I think I rated it 3 and 4 stars. But, like, so many people I know said that that's a god tier autumn series, and I don't feel that way, and I'm really sorry. But this edition is gorgeous. Okay, next we have Wild Duck Shore. This is another one that I've spoken about in a couple of vlogs before. This book made me so angry, okay? It has, like, it's one of those books that, like, there's no real plot. Like, the vibes are the plot. And honestly, the thing I disliked, I think, the most about this book is there's no answers. There's so many deaths and mysteries and stuff that you never find out. And, like, every character is a walking red flag, which then made me despise the romance, which I feel like is a kind of major point of this book. I hated the family. Another major point of this book. I hated our FMC because she's literally stupid. Another major point of this book. And then, yeah, like I said, 0 answers. Like, unless I just missed something, which, don't get me wrong, could have happened. Because I think reading is subjective. And also, reading is about what time you read it, okay? Like, this book could have hit as a 5-star if I read it tomorrow, you know what I mean? Anyhow. I don't think I understand what happened. Okay? And I just didn't like it. And the ending? What the frick was the ending? But this cover is gorgeous. Anyhow, yeah, I didn't love it. Which is a bummer because, again, my friends in book clubs, the same one I was talking about earlier that, like, never ever gives 5 stars, this is one of her 5 stars. What am I doing wrong? Speaking of everyone else's 5-star reads, Project Hail Mary. This is another one that I just spoke about in my corporate vlog, but basically I just think what it boils down to is I'm not smart enough for this book. Like, I think the overly science jargon really took me out. And then also, our MMC, kind of insufferable. Like, I kind of really dislike him. And the found family aspect of this book, like the reason everyone's like, oh, it's the best book I've ever read, I just didn't find myself caring. And if that's like the saving grace of this book. That being said, again, this falls under the category of, did I love the book? No. Do I think it's going to be a phenomenal movie? Absolutely. Ryan Gosling, I will be in that front row, okay? We'll see you there. But yeah, moral of the story, in my opinion, it was mid. Okay, and then last but not least, we have Funny Story by Emily Henry. I love Miss Emily Henry, but this is one of the worst romance books I've ever read. I hated it so much. I think I rated it 3 stars, but again, it's like one of those that if I went back, like the way I rate books now is way more critical than even a year ago. I think if I went back to even a year ago, this would probably be a 2-star. Like, I had such a horrible time reading it. I did not like our MMC, our male. I did not care for him at all. I couldn't relate to the FMC at all. There were plot points I didn't agree with. I didn't feel chemistry between the couple. There was just so much that I didn't like. Which is honestly such a major bummer because I love every other book she's written. But yeah, I just really didn't like this one. And then I feel bad saying that because I have so many friends that do relate to the characters in this book. But I just don't. And I don't like them. And I find them annoying. And if you're one of those friends that relates to them, I still love you. But yeah, anywho, I just really did not enjoy my time reading this. And a part of me wants to reread it because I'm like, what if I liked it better later? But I just hated it so much, I don't think I'm gonna do that. I'm sorry, Miss Emily Henry. Sorry. But anywho, that is my list of some popular books that I didn't necessarily agree with the majority of people on my rating for them. Let me know down in the comments below if you have any unpopular bookish opinions. And also, reminder, reading is subjective. These are my opinions. You all have your opinions. It's okay if we don't agree on books because every story is a unique story. And your point of view can sometimes make or break a story. You know? Like, every story has its audience. And sometimes that audience isn't you. And that's okay. But yeah. Let me know your unpopular opinions. Let me know if you agree on any of these opinions, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you later.